All right, Juman Juice. Let's see.
How I used to test men to see if they were really my boyfriend material. I would see how they turn out in these scenarios. How they're like when they're drunk, when they lose a game or lose a board game. How
Just real quick, I've heard this drunk strategy many times before, right? And the whole idea behind getting somebody drunk and seeing what they're like is to see what they're like with no inhibition. This is almost an attempt to peer behind the veil a little bit, right? Because when you drop the guard and you're not as in control with all the filters, how is that person going to respond? One more thing I want to point out, of course, is how advanced girl game has become. Guys always get hated on, of course, for playing any sort of game whatsoever, but you have girls coming on the internet and declaring all of these niche, finicky little ways to try to determine what a man's character is. I mean, how they act in a board game. Like, what are you talking about? Monopoly? Trouble? I don't know. It's crazy. You gotta always be on guard for sure.
they act in a road? Like, do they have road rage? Or what is their reaction like when our
Let me guess, let's take a huge leap here. If the guy has a tendency to road rage, he automatically must be a physical abuser, right?
plan gets delayed because of traffic? Traffic is out of your control. Next one, what else? If we went outside and there was suddenly a rain, what are you gonna do about it?
You see why I keep telling you guys why emotional control is the number one thing you have to pay attention to? All this girl really is referring to here is how emotionally controlled is this guy in this wide range of situations. That's all it is. She didn't talk about how good looking you are, any of these concepts. So it's important to keep this in mind.
Or like something unexpected during our time together, or like when we're just out on a trip. What he's like when we have disagreement. Is he respectful or is he a little psychotic?
This one's kind of annoying because girls will throw all kinds of bait your way. And at some point, you do have to match that energy accordingly. And they're never going to give you a positive response, even if it is the correct thing to do. It's sort of like a child asking you why over and over and over again. You keep answering the why, and eventually you just have to say, because. The moment you say because, you're throwing down some sort of a boundary where you're saying, look, I'm not going to keep playing this stupid game where you keep on leading me on. I give you an answer, and you then automatically ask the next question to try to lead me into this endless hole. You simply say because, they moan and groan a little bit, and eventually they get over it. Of course, they're never going to like the response. They're not going to like the fact that you treated them that way in the moment, but in the long term, it'll serve you well. A lot of you guys hate this, of course, because it requires you to play the game, which I know so many of you moan and groan about all the time, but unfortunately, you're seeing right here that there's a requirement to do so. It's never going to be comfortable. And by this point, you should understand that dating women comes with a ton of discomfort. You just have to deal with it anyways. This is, of course, if you want to date women in the first place, which I obviously recommend because it's objectively the right thing to do. Let's keep going. Hey guys, before we keep going, I want to let you know about my Modern Dating Mastery course. For those of you that don't know, Modern Dating Mastery focuses on teaching you everything you need to know when it comes to mastering modern dating. Whether you're just starting to date or you want to refine your knowledge further, I made this course for everyone. I've helped thousands of guys and their biggest struggle is communicating with women and understanding them. Even if they had a girl that was in love with them, eventually they would lose respect and the relationship would end. Or they would try too hard to be nice and end up their personal servant. Sometimes it's just as simple as being perceived the incorrect way. The truth is, most of them were great guys that were sadly misinformed about what women want. When I taught them the truth, things became a lot easier and their confidence in dating life improved. This is my goal with what I teach in Modern Dating Mastery. I go over all the mainstream dating lies you guys are told and correct them with the truth. And then I follow up with some theory to go over all the different ways that women will test you when you're dating them. Fundamental tests, social tests, physical tests, emotional tests, and even financial tests. Each section has videos where I break down exactly how she'll test you and how to respond. There are over 60 videos in total, and the course comes with a PDF cheat sheet for quick review. For those of you who are interested, I've got the course on sale right now for 67% off. Click the link at the top of the description to learn more about it. Alright, let's get back to the video.
He's almost about to hit a person. Actually, when he almost hit a person when they were driving, what was his reaction like?
Okay, so you can tell really quickly this is obviously a projection. She had done this with another guy, and now she's bringing it up and venting it in this video, but pretending like it's something that you should test for. They always have to make it about themselves one way or the other.
When things aren't working out for him, what is he like? It's just mainly like, what's he gonna do when there's something unexpected happening?
Basically, the previous guy that this girl had was obviously emotionally unstable by her own definition, and now she's venting it to other girls to be aware because she had a really bad experience with this particular type of guy. If the guy you're dating has any of these characteristics, don't date him, girl. You can always find better, right?
that's out of his control, like what is he gonna do? Throw a tantrum?
Anyways, like most of these videos, of course, is a projection of their ex-boyfriend that didn't work out. So they're going to list all of the different things they didn't like about their ex-boyfriend without conveniently bringing out what they did to elicit that response in the first place. Maybe he just got tired of your bullshit. Did you ever consider that? Probably not, because of course you could do no wrong. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out Modern Dating Mastery in the description below.